Yo, what's up? It's Deku, my tech legend of tomorrow. Here back finally. Name I return. First video, well, first official What If video of this year. Hopefully, this don't get corrupted. But this is What If Deku had Bionics. Been a while since I said this, but roll that beautiful intro. Alright, so we begin off our story. We open up with Hiyashi filling in as Donald Davenport and Douglas. Since I don't want to make a whole new character, I'm just going to use Douglas. They're finally opening up Davenport Industries. And they're working on something secret. The way to outrank Quarks, the way to make Quarks obsolete. Donald and since they had the company open for this long period of time, Douglas and him had kids. While Douglas adopted his kids, he adopted 3 kids. Inko, who's just married Donald, just had a kid named Midoriya. But here's something bad that's going to happen. Douglas, he found a way to engineer his bionic technology inside the humans, and he needed such subjects. And even though his 3 kids was corkless and Izuku was also after born, he didn't have the brace. It appears to be corkless. He decides to take Adam Brand's race, and he takes Deku, aka Midoriya. He takes them and decides to implement Bionic. The same as Adam Brand's race, they have the same abilities as the Canada of Lab Rats. But Deku, he has the abilities of all 3 of them, plus Leo powers. Douglas decided, since he was going to try on Trace, but he decided to use this on Deku. He found a way to merge all 3 bionic abilities into one hardware, into one chip, and bionic infrastructure, and he used Deku. And before you know it, Deku had all 5 abilities. Well, all 4 abilities. But you see Adam with strength, and you see Bree with speed. He sees Trace, he has intelligence. And he was about to perform the same thing he did with Deku on Trace. But then, Hiyashi and Inko Fawcett came marching in with the FBI and military, working private military. And they was able to get the kid. The military commander, what should be his name? Military commander? No, it's true. They got All Might, who was also a military commander in this one. And they was able to get the kids back. But Douglas, he didn't go to jail, but he did fake his death, and he was able to escape. But he actually ordered Inko to know they thought he died. So they take the 4 kids. They take the 4 kids to your home and decide to try to raise them. And they get a little research into their ships and found out they needed capsules. So he actually got to work building their capsules so they have infrastructure don't go overboard and cause them to glitch. Inko, also being a genius in this one, found a way to set themselves up. Their capsules are the pajamas they wear. That every time they wear it at night, it fits harness their bionics and stabilize it. Now we skip ahead a few years to where they're all 5 and they're all properly learning how to actually use their bionics. And he actually sees that Trace his ship isn't even ready yet. And he decides, since he was also going to have all 3 abilities, he decides, so his bionics doesn't go haywire, he decides to finish since Trace's ship was already halfway done, he decides to finish it and gave him the abilities of super speed and strength. Not the same, not Deku powers. He decides to finish the ship. And then Adam and Tracy, so they're like, wait, he get all three abilities? And he's like, well, yeah. His ship was only halfway complete. If he get completed, it could have caused his biotic system to go overboard and kill him. But either way it go, at least he's safe now, and infrastructure won't go overboard. Then we skip ahead a few years to where Deku is 14, and the rest of them are 14 as well. They're all in middle school, and the teacher still goes with paper stuff in the air. Let's just say they're going to the same school because their parents didn't want them to get big heads just because they have money. They don't want them to, become cocky rich people. Even though they have money, the teacher still wants them to go to UA. It says all four of them this time is going to UA. Bakugo says that there's no way these four losers have to kill and silent to get into UA. The only one who ever qualifies to get into UA is me. But they're both like all freaking like shut up, we're stronger than you. And let's go to a flashback. We skip ahead to where they're 6 years old. And Hiachi, he made the simulation in order to train them into using their bionics. Deku, his fourth ability, specific to him, he can shoot little energy orbs out of his hand, and he has the power to drain the energy out of any energy source, including the human body. All Might was there at this point. Is still there at this point. He's like, huh. He's like, huh. I wonder if I could drain corks. And he actually says, in theory, since corks are connected to your life force, if he can drain the life force from that body, yes, he can effectively, although only temporarily. He could take some more cork away. And Chase, his trip could have went horribly wrong. His trip was never even finished, so I had to complete it myself. I'm not even sure if I even did it right. The only person who ever knew how to put it in after human organisms at the moment is my brother Douglas, but he's dead, so we can't really go for him for help. And Chase and Bree, they have heat vision, super speed, agility, and they even have lock abilities that I never even heard of before, like flight. I don't even know what a commando lap is. Bree can show invisible if she had a lot of ability. She can have vocal manipulation. Adam, he can destroy entire buildings. And Chase, even when he only has super intelligence and he can make force fields and stuff, he still has the potential to unlock abilities that's rivaling even you, All Might. So All Might says, there's no way these Bionics could be more powerful than a Corp, but he actually says, well, yeah, they are. These Bionic abilities outclass any Corp. And Leo and Midoriya's, his quirk or his Bionics is multiplied over Adam, Breeze, and Chase. I don't even know how to explain it, but I could make it wireless antenna that would give all of them all the same abilities. But for some reason, Midoriya's, his Bionics are different. They're not the same. They're not the same. It's like he has a chip, but he doesn't. It's like it's naturally a part of his body. Douglas found a way to give someone bionics without a chip. And I can make a device that upgrades any bionic ability, making them masters of it. And then All Might sees the alarm, and it's off one, and this is when you get injured. And he goes off, yo, I gotta go. I have to go handle some business. He actually says, are you going to be okay? And All Might says, well, yeah. As we know, All Might is not okay, and he comes back injured, and he actually inkles them being super geniuses. They decide to make a new bionic ability, not needing the ship. As a prototype, they censored it on All Might. This basically his bionic. It's not been, it gave him a massive regeneration factor. Nothing else. It just made it regenerative. So in case Adam, Brian, Trace, and Midoriya got injured, they could give them their bionic abilities to regenerate 10 times faster. And they see how it worked on All Might, so they went and added it to the main four. All Might being completely healed. Not and one for all for one, not in his correct one for all for one for all, one for all. His correct one for all, not needing to create the small light form. All Might have his quirk back, have his prime back basically. With the other three, four having their quirks as well, bionic abilities as well. But they said, yo, don't I, don't say they're bionics. Just classify them as a quirk. Because if people knew we could give out people basically unlimited power, they would come after you guys. We would probably go to jail. Since that is that, we would probably go to jail for human experimentation. And they're like, yeah, and flashback is over. We go back to middle school. We're all walking home. And they see a flash villain come out on them, but Shay's able to sense it. He just contains it in a little force field. And the flash villain just sits there. He just holds the force field right there. All Might shows up looking for the flash villain, and you're like, yo, All Might. But Midoriya's like, yo, All Might. It's been a while. And he says, wow, young Davenport. Young Davenport. I haven't seen you quite a little while now. So have you guys seen a villain? He looked like Spudge. And he's like, yo, this guy, how is he even alive? His body's completely liquid. So in this case, his body should be falling apart, and he shouldn't even be able to move. Well, of course, they're getting rid of these days. So, how's your guys' bionic abilities going on? No, first for transfer, some you. Well, Deku, Adam, and Bree bring him to the side and says his commando app gives even Midoriya a run for his money. And Chase like, I can hear you all. And they're like, ah, crap. Well, All Might's like, well, I remember when he was a bit 8 years old and he first activated that app. This app is going to be this commando app. Midoriya also have it as well. So whenever I need them to get out of a pinch, I'm just going to have them use the commando app. So like, we don't, die. So yeah, if we skip ahead, this time Bakugo going to get attacked. But he doesn't need to. I guess I'll go home trying to train and prepare for the UA entrance exam. But this video has been going on for almost 15 minutes. I think it's long enough. But anyway, this is going to be the end of part 1 of this video. Like goal, this video never get likes. I want it to get 1 like, and I will continue this series. Evo at go. Peace out.